Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today our subject is Education Technology 1. It's lecture number 10, and today the topic of lecture is interactive videos. Outlines of lectures are: first of all, we shall study that why do we use videos in our classrooms. Then the black box approach, educational challenges, transparent approach. First of all, introduction. Many universities and colleges support faculty in the development of robust videos lectures. Short videos can replace long lectures. Interactive videos, this is one of the type of digital video that supports user interactions. These videos play like regular video films but include clickable areas or hotspots that performs an action when you click on them. However, how does one know if students are actually watching the videos? Interactive videos is a new form of media. Many top brands are using to engage consumers and reach their digital marketing goals. While new, this media has already proven to be very effective. 70% of marketers say interactive videos engage audience well or very well, and 68% marketer believe it will continue to become a more important components of modern marketing mixes. Why do we use video in our courses? This is very good question. We all know that videos give a vital impact on understanding of the students. It gives a better understanding visually, that if we have concept of something, then when we show that content through our videos, then students get more understanding about that topic, that content, or that concept in depth. So that's why we use video in our courses. Now the question remains same, that why do we use video in our course? As we have explained that video helps us to introduce the concept of any phenomena, the concept of any content, the concept which we want to explain in our classrooms. So for introducing, we make use of videos. Then demonstration. Whenever we want to solve a problem, then we practically have to demonstrate that problem, that how can we solve it. But with the help of videos, we can demonstrate that how to use equipments, how to use technique, how to use any technology. So that is very helpful through videos, and it is an easy task. Then illustration of the technique or approach. We illustrate that technique with the help of video. This is very easy for the teacher. So here I would explain that what is difference between illustration and demonstration. So to illustrate is to teach something or to explain something with examples. It also consists of the use of pictures, drawings or paintings to better understand some subject or subject. So generally the person who is in charge of illustrating to other what it does to teach them new things, and for this often uses graphics, photos, drawings, and even textbooks. So the illustrator could also make use of figurative language, metaphors, and anecdotes to clarify the better understand. So now, what is demonstration? In most cases, we call demonstration the kind of explanation that is done by the action. For example, if you go to the store to buy a camera, and who attends you will explain that how the device works while using it according to the steps you are explaining, then it is called demonstration. So the demonstration could also consist in the expression of feelings and attitudes, or in the use of reasoning, and serves to prove what is affirmed. Then inclusion of alternative viewpoints or perspectives. Like we can include viewpoints of other persons. What he said, normally when we use Facebook, so we can see that different people makes video by comparisons of different speeches. Like in the previous year he said what, and now he is saying what. So they compare with the past and present viewpoints of somebody. So this is what inclusion of any viewpoint, alternate viewpoint. If we want to clarify or explain the concept, then how does we can explain? So means that if I say that what is population, so what is point of view of my seniors, or my point of view, or if somebody have discussed or said about that topic or point, so we can include in our videos for understanding. Then evaluation of the source, the video content itself. So we can evaluate the video contents through our videos. That how can we evaluate? Now what is evaluation? Evaluation is basically a systematic determination of a subject's merit, worth, and significance using criteria governed by a set of standards. So this is called evaluation. So the primary purpose of evaluation, in addition to gaining insight into prior or existing initiatives, is to enable reflection and assist in the identification of future change. This is called evaluation. This is basically used for the judgment of or to take any decisions. Now there are different approaches, like in case 1, this is black box approach. In black box approach, what does the teacher do? Like first of all, faculty distributes video links to students. Like if I want to show some videos, or if we want to give some concepts, so first of all I would directly send link of that video from internet. Then what will happen? Students watch the video. Definitely they will click on that link, and that link will be open, and that video will be open for them, and students can easily watch the video. Then the third step is faculty reference videos in class. Remember that whenever we want to explain more due to time limitations, because normally we have 40 minutes for one class, and if we think that 40 minutes are going to be end, so we just give reference of some videos, that we can see videos of that person, or he has this designation and he is working in this organization. So we can observe videos through with the name of that persons or with the name of his organization. So this is what that this is third step, that directly we send reference of that video in the class. Now there are some educational challenges. What are those educational challenges? First of all, preparations. If we want to make some videos, so we are mostly unable to make a good video because we are not familiar with the technology and we don't know about the softwares or applications that can be used for preparing videos. So then preparation is concerned regarding the particular content, particular topic. So if we have applications, we have data, we have material, but when we don't know that what will be sequence of that content for understanding to the students, and what will be come first in the video. So this is a problem. This is a great challenge for a teacher or for any video editor or video maker, that what contents should be in the first, second, third and so on, and what will be its conclusion. So how to bring contents toward conclusions, how to start our contents, how to introduce our topic. So making videos is an art. So this is required for every educationist or every teachers. So this is very big challenge. Then understanding. Sometimes we don't know what we are speaking, what we are doing, what we are saying, what we are using. So that comes with experience, that what we want to include in our videos. So whether these are necessary for understanding or these enough for the understanding of the contents. So this is what that we don't have understanding of the content, because if we don't have the understandings, then how will we inculcate or how will we include those contents into our videos? So this is a very big challenge. Sometimes we include pictures or we include animated pictures, but we don't know that how these pictures are working or how the motions are reflecting. So this is what that this is a great challenge now, that we must have some understanding before making our videos. Then integration. We all know that if we have internet, there is a vast number of you can say contents at internet available for us for understanding, but we don't know that how to integrate them, because we always have time limitations. We always take evaluation of the students in a limited time. So what we are to integrate, what are the points that are necessary to explain. So this is a big challenge, that for understanding of any content, how much material is required, how much material is enough for understanding. So we are unable to integrate that material in one video lecture or one video form. So this is another educational challenge. Okay, how can we address these challenges? Definitely, if we have some challenges, so we are to solve these problems. So how can we solve? First of all, preparations. We must have a good preparations, and it requires deliverable, means the contents which we shall include in our videos, those should be required deliverable for the students. If they don't understand and if they don't take serious, they don't take important for them, then there is useless of that preparation or that video regarding any content. Then understanding. And then question prompts or test. Understanding means that first of all we should understand that what we are going to make for the students. So we shall ask different questions for us, that if I do this, then how can they understand? If I will include this content, then how much is important for the students with respect to their examination point of view, with respect to their class test or whatever which is required for finding out final performance of the students. Then integration, we have studied that this is another problem, that we don't have expertise for integration of the contents. So for this purpose we must have discussions with the experts. When we shall make discussions with the experts, then we will be able to integrate the contents in proper sequence, and we will be able to make the things in sequence for understanding in our videos, because we cannot include introduction at the last or conclusion in the first. So we are to integrate that. If we are making videos, so first of all we have to introduce, and then we are to show the contents, main contents or main objectives of the lessons. Then we are to deliver the main content of the topic, and then we are to recap, and then we are to conclude the whole topic or the whole lecture, and then we give some assignments to the students. So this is what that these are basically challenges that we are facing, and these are. Then the second in second case we have a second approach, that is called transparent approach. So in transparent approach, when any faculty distribute video links to students, then what happens, that definitely students will watch the videos, and then students will ask questions in the comment sections, or they directly ask the questions from their teachers. Then if somebody asks questions to the teachers, then what will happen? Definitely the teacher will think, teacher will try to find out the solutions of their questions, and then after finding the questions of asked by the students, then faculty address students in the class regarding their questions, and they will try to give the best answers to their students. So this is what the transparent approach, because once you have disseminated links, then student watched, and then student raised their questions, and then faculty find out their solutions, and then discussed in the classrooms or informed to the students. Interactive videos provide what interactive video provide? Video provides opportunities for students to actively participate in videos lectures by responding to questions and discussion prompts. Then robust analytics that show data by students, including responses to questions, viewing time, date, time are viewed. Now what is robust analytics? Robust analytics develops air traffic management technologies and demonstrate their value through modeling, simulations and operational testing. In other words, we can say that it specializes in aviation research, development, modeling and simulation, software development, aviation safety and benefit cost analysis. It also develops air traffic management technologies and demonstrate their values through modeling, etc. So this is what that we can view the time of the students, how much they have spent times, and how much they have responded to the questions. So the ability for the students to rate the videos and for faculty to incorporate the results into their teaching. So this also provides an opportunity to the students for raising or for correcting their any points if they are not understanding. So opportunities for students to comment and generate discussions about the content. And okay, how does it works? How do students interact with the videos? So while a student is watching a video, question or prompt to discuss the topic appears on the screen, pausing the video. Like if we are asking, we are delivering any lectures online, so at that time they can raise questions and video can be paused, and students can then respond appropriately, after which the videos resumes. So feedback is provided to the students based on their response. Different types of questions may be there, like open-ended, numeric, multiple choice, check boxes, drawn response, and discussions also. How do we know that students have participated? So for each video, the number of unique viewers, the average viewing time, and the percentage of students who completed the question is available through Zaption's analytic interface, or we can find out Google Analytics that can be used for viewing the participants role. So the professor can see the average score, the average number of skipped forward that the students made during the video, and the average rating students gave the video from 1 out of. So can we see the data by students? So yes, in addition to summary data, there are data that the professor can view by the students. The analytics provided by students are powerful, and for each students you can see the response by question, the question responses with the correct response highlighted, and distribution of answers by the class. So how I can use this data? So personally I have used this data to inform my weekly mini lectures. I put slides up that show how well the class as the whole did on the questions asked in the video. So I am then able to customize my lecture to address the questions or the areas that may need more clarifications. So it also signals to students that I am engaged in learning, in their learning. And so this was all about for being with me. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.